Oh, hi. Hello. I think it's quite a bit past 11:11. It's almost 11:33. And whatever time it is, it's a good time for you to check in with you and me to check in with me. As usual, I'm here to do a quick body check and invite you to join me to whatever degree feels good in your body. I hope to encourage you at the very least to maybe wave your hands in the air like you just don't care. Shake off some stress, take a deep breath or two, and let it go. I'm going to start there with a couple of breaths. First, bringing my attention into the bottoms of my feet, rooting myself into the center of the earth. Checking in with the spine, nice and long and strong, hanging from the center of the universe. I'm going to kind of tip the tailbone under this way a little bit to make for a nice, long, strong inner core supported with abdomen and back muscles, spine, yeah. One of those fancy words that means part of your body. Let's do some deep breaths with some shoulder shrugs, trying to gather up some of that stress. I'm going to, again, root these feet into the bottom of the earth. Bend my knees a little bit. Relax the shoulders, tip the tailbone under, and then gathering up all the stress. Breathing in, pulling up in the pelvic floor, squeezing those shoulders up into the ears, and then just letting it go, letting the arms swing. Let's do that again. Pulling everything up, gathering up that stress. Holding it, adding some tension, and then just blowing it off, letting it go. Relaxing, shaking it off. Let's do just a couple more of those. Breathing in, pulling everything up, tense, and then I like to imagine I'm blowing gold dust off of my bones, sinews and muscles. Shake that out, just let the arms swing. And one more for good measure. Nice deep breath in, filling the lungs, pulling the diaphragm down, pulling the shoulders up, tensing up through the hands, through the toes, through the pelvic floor, and then just relaxing all that, letting it go. Do a little back and forth with the shoulders, feels good. I'm going to turn this way just to try to stay a little more in camera. I'm just working with what I got here. Let's do a slow roll down. Just check in with the spine. Nice and slow, all the way past the waist to the hips. And then just hanging here for a breath or so. Relaxing through the belly, relaxing through the back. Try not to lock those knees, but relatively straighten the legs. If that feels okay, you can play with bending the legs if that feels good too. I encourage you to play with what feels good to you. Just going to give that a breath or two to unwind, letting gravity do some unwinding of the spine. Relaxing the belly again. And then I'm going to roll up, pushing through the feet, through the core, starting at the tailbone. Slowly bringing up one vertebra at a time if possible. Just noticing where there's suppleness, where there's stickiness. Shaking that off. To the left, to the right. Let's do another forward fold, this time on the relatively flat back. Swan diving down. Still not bending the knees, or not locking the knees. You can bend the knees if you like. Relaxing the low back, relaxing the belly. Staying in here. I'm going to bend the knees, swing the arms back, coming into a bit of a counter stretch. Lifting the chest, pushing those hips forward. And then coming back to neutral. Shake that off. Pardon me. Let's do a little more arm stretching. Bringing the left arm across the body, dropping that shoulder, trying to really relax that arm and use the right arm to stretch the left arm. Wiggle that around wherever feels good. Oh, I got a big chunk in there. Hear that? Ka-chunk. Don't hurt yourself. And going over to the right side. Let's wiggle that around in there a little bit. Just trying to let the left side do the work of stretching the right side. Although again, just playing with range of motion. My boob elbow, my elbow boo-boo is healing quite nicely. It's nearly completely healed, still just a little tender and weak, but as good as could possibly be, I'm happy to say. It's been healing up. While it was healing, I didn't do a lot of those stretches to try to minimize any strain on that bursa, which ruptured. In case you didn't hear of the many times I mentioned it. Anyway, feels good to be back in the capable bucket instead of the less capable bucket. Whatever bucket you find yourself in today, I hope you keep your head above water, so to speak. Reminds me of a phrase my mother used to use, but I won't go into it right now. Instead, I will remind you that you are worthy of your own unconditional love. No matter what anybody else says about you. I hope you're giving yourself that. You give yourself some love, and I give myself some love, and then our buckets will be full so that we can give each other some love when we see each other. I thank you for stopping by. Do give me some love if you got some to spare. I'm sending you love and wishing you a happy day. Till next time, peace.